We're gonna let the noise go by a little bit. Should have waited that. That the message is for all the healers out there that you gotta manifest double, triple, quadruple your efforts because the world needs your gifts, right? So I've been feeling it in my heart, and what God has been telling me, like, take everything you learn and put it all together to help healers grow their brand and themselves. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna be sharing with you some strategies, some motivation, not just motivation, but I'm actually going to give you some practical steps to continuously build a brand, right? I don't know if y'all noticed, I'm a good brander. I'm all about building a brand. What the brand does for you is it create long, last, a longing effect in people's minds about what you stand for. Okay, do you want to have a longing effect in people's mind about what you stand for, what you fight for, right? That's your brand. Before they see a color, they remind you of you. When they see a font, it reminds them of you. They hear a sound, it reminds them of you. Even the energy reminds them of you. That's how you build a beautiful brand. Grand rising, all the healers and powerful beings in the building. I see y'all. But you want to build your brand in a way where your very essence almost resonates with people through your brand. So you may be wondering like, yo, how do I do that? Yesterday I was talking about that, literally how you show up online. The integrity is lining up what you say and what you do. Now, integrity on social is lining up what you say, what you do, and what you show. So now when all three of them are intact, that's a real influencer. That's somebody who's not just showing you something, they're doing it, they're living it. So there's an essence you add to that, right? And then if you add a why behind it and you keep that why really strong, that is like the iron bar that allows the small pin to go right into somebody's heart. And what I mean by that is if you want to have an effect on people the most, you want to have a strong reason why, right? It can't just be like, yo, I'm here because I want to get this person to buy my service so I can make this money. No, it has to be a little bit more than that. It has to be, I want to cause a transformation within these people and the entire world. Then that energy sort of like goes through your voice, it goes through your energy, and then people feel it. Now, just because people feel energy that may cause transformation in their lives, it does not mean they're going to automatically buy from you. And the goal is not just for somebody to buy from you, but for them to get a transformation. But as you do that for enough people over time, you're going to build a karmic, some sort of business karma, let's say. As the more lives you influence, the more people are going to tell other people about you. One, not only they're going to tell other, what do you mean that? Not only are they going to tell other people about you, but at the same time, when they blow up, guess whose stuff they're going to come to? So most people, they're not willing to invest in people because they don't understand that, yo, just because you don't get the income from that person now does not mean that person not valuable. You want to keep adding value to people's lives because after adding value for a year, 2 year, 3 year, 4 year, 5 year, a decade, this person life might transform because of some of the value you added. Guess what? Now they're running their big business. Who do you think they want to do business with? This is called having a long-term vision, okay? I learned this from Gary V. Well, now, Gary V will go online, he'll give you a whole bunch of information and very valuable. And he can charge you a whole lot of money. But what he does is he plays the long game because he understands that, yo, if I build a solid brand that really impacts people and these people can grow and become good and get the money, now they're going to come to me when they're ready to get their brand going. So that is one mindset, play the long game. Play the long game is I'm going to focus on my brand and the impact I have on the world and the change I cause within the world. Now, what is impact for profit? Transformation for an exchange of monetary for money. Now, not only do you do for the long game, short term, yourself have to be taken care of. So you have to get paid for the direct value you add to people. So you have a wide net of value. This is the value you put out towards everybody. So when I do a YouTube video, I do an Instagram video, I do a podcast, this is a wide net value, which means I'm sending out the net all over the oceans, giving value all over the place, right? And what that does is it causes people to come from the ocean to my shore to learn more about what I have. And then this is when, if they want to come to shore and do the work with me, they got to pay. So what I'm saying is you have to have two forms of impact, a paid impact and a wider net impact, public paid. What do I mean? You have a way of reaching the masses and adding tremendous value to their lives without them having to pay you a single dime. But then if they want to get more, if they want to grow some more with you, if they want to do the work with you one-on-one intentionally, then they got to pay. So what I'm saying is you have a way of evangelism. So let's wait for that. So let me give you an example. And no matter what your beliefs are, you could probably learn from this. So John the Baptist, what he did was he baptized people, right? John the Baptist. So he would be by the ocean shore, he would be baptizing all types of people. And what he's doing is he's giving them a new paradigm of life, telling them the truth, the word. And because of that, these people, we could say, got indoctrinated into a new way of living, a new way of belief, a new lifestyle, right? So they had to be baptized of their old ways to be made fresh, renewed off the water. So now John the Baptist is giving out the message to all people that he can see and find, because that's what he does. He's the messenger. He's evangelizing, right? Now, after John the Baptist then baptized these people, all of these words that were given, now there's no money exchange, by the way, was he had a strong mission. He had a strong vision and a strong reason for what he was doing, because he understood that not only there's a lot of suffering in the world, he's like, yo, there's suffering, I want to help with that. But he's like, yo, I've stepped into a truth, the truth. I've seen the creator, the divine. I've been in touch. I've seen what it's come. I've seen all these things. So I have to go and help the people. Guess what he did? He did it. And then now he's recruiting souls. So now I'm not telling you to go out and indoctrinate people to your religion. Not what I'm saying at all. What I'm saying is there's somebody who's suffering. What I'm saying is there's somebody who's going through something. There's somebody who's in the matrix who don't know what's happening. And what you have to look at yourself is you got to look. Why is it so noisy? You got to look at yourself like that John the Baptist, like the evangelist, right? That you're going to go out there, and what you're going to do is you're going to go out there and you're going to spread truth, and you're going to do it to as many people as you can. And as more people that you spread your truth, what you know is to be, what you believe, what has transformed your life, more and more people are going to say, hey, help me transform. So you see that? So now somebody says, hey, I want that transformation. So now you bring them in, and this is when then you have to get them to go through the process. Okay. So thank you. Thanks. So after the person gets the transform, gets that, oh man, I ought to change the path. Then you say, hey, okay, now you're ready to change the path, are you? This is the product or service that I have that can help you with that. If you want to do the work, here's how to sign up and pay for my product or service. And this is where the transformation happens. So you want to have a temple. You want to have a place. You want to have a place where people can come into and get that transformation consistently. Now, this is specifically for people who are healers, who do work with the mind, the body, and the soul. right? You got to almost have to have that carving out time to be able to do that. So now, I hope that makes sense. I know that made a lot of sense because you really want to see it as this whole world, what we're doing, our businesses are not tools of making income. Our businesses are actually tools of transforming lives. And by transforming lives, we make income. And we have to understand that we deserve that income that we make, because the transformation that happens because of our efforts is so valuable that it would be a detriment to the other person if they don't pay you. It would be a detriment to the other person if they don't pay you, because you add so much value to them and they have to sustain your well-being, because if your well-being is not sustained, then you can't add that value. And because of that understanding, you got to show up every day with a different form of like knowing how much your value is. By the way, I see that here you can actually buy a badge, man. Who's gonna be my first supporter, man? Buy a badge, support the live. Look at that. They gave me badges. Okay, I see Instagram. So that's a major thing. Okay. I don't like how this looks. I'm so black in the background. Okay. Wow, I'm like a shadow, Liz. I'm a big shadow right now. So you understand that the much value you add is so much that the transformation happens, that other person gets to pay you for that. They get to pay you. Okay. So now, why am I talking about branding, business, and all of this? It's because of this. The world is shifting, and I realize what's shifting. And one of the things is, as a person who can see certain things unfolding, what I see unfolding in this world is that we are going to be shifting way more and more from material things to internal realizations. We're going to want to change. We're going to spend more money on either trying to run away from what we feel or looking for the tool to heal so that we can feel better. So it's either people are going to spend money more on entertainment, or they're going to spend money on edutainment. It's either people are going to spend money on going out, or they're going to spend money on retreats to go within. Now, as more and more people get more depressed, more sad, more anxious, there's not going to be much stuff that they can do if they don't take care of that. So because of that, one of the best things people who have traveled the world can do is to help them with their self-care. So that's why there's a big opportunity for coaches in the wellness space to now be the leaders here in this industry and start to build your brand now, so that when people start to realize this is what I need, and they will realize it, they're going to come to you, because they've always gotten that you've always been a support to them through your brand this whole time. So now, after they've heard that all the stuff you've educated on within your podcast, your videos, your audio, your in-person classes, it's going to be a no-brainer for them. They're going to be like, hey, you know what? How about I give the holistic motivator a chance? You know what? How about I give myself a chance? So once you've added so much value to people's lives over a period of time, it's going to be a no-brainer for them to do business with you and actually say, hey, I want you to help me with the healing. So a couple of years ago, I was doing research in the wellness industry, and it had a 20-30% spike that was supposed to happen in 2020. 2022, 40% of the world is supposed to have mental health issues, which means the wellness industry is only meeting up to the need, right? And the more and more people are realizing the system is not made for you to actually heal, the more people run from the system, the more they run towards you, the healer, the teacher, the coach. So now, how can people run towards somebody they don't know about? They They won't know about you. So what you have to do is you have to build your temple every day. Somebody says, what is this temple you're talking about? I'm not in church. I'm not religious. No, you got to build a temple of yourself every day. So that way, what you give out is what somebody says like, hey, man, I wonder how you have that in your temple. So now your temple extends outside of just your body into where you become the brand, where people come to you because they want to know what you got. They want to know how you got in that clarity and peace. How do you experience heaven within you? So now they want to do business with you. They say, take my money, help me get this result. So now there's different ways you can package out your transformation. You can package out your transformation by just creating a structure of which you show up live and in person, or you could create a system of which you deliver yourself virtually through video, where you're not necessarily there, but you're there. You can structure it where you put your knowledge, wisdom, and insight into text, so that way the person can read it and understand it and follow the blueprint. You could take it and put it into a series of cards, so people could do that. You could take it, put it in an application. In fact, you can take your expertise and train other people of it so that they can go out and they can do the work, right? So you create what I would say disciples. Now, I'm just using these terminologies, but this is not religious. I'm just saying that people's souls are in jeopardy, because the way that the world is going is they want to eradicate love, touch. They don't want you to touch. They don't want you to love. They don't want you to be happy. They don't want you to communicate. They don't want you to be healthy. Now, somebody said, I thought they were trying to protect us this whole time. No, they're looking to control you, right? It's about look, safety is a code word for control. Let's say that again. Let's repeat that. Safety is a code word for control. Because if they wanted you to really be safe, they'll tell you to build your immune system, right? So when people say, hey, the system is not on my side, they're gonna come to who? They're gonna come to the people they look up to. The people look up to are the people who have a voice and they share their voice. So somebody said, I have stuff in my mind, I got belief, I got ideas, I got things, I got wisdom and insight, but you know what? I don't know how to share it. Now, this is where you have to refine that. You have to refine that gift, that skill set of sharing what you got within you. So what does that look like? That looks like this. You have to start to share what you know. If you don't share what you know, nobody knows that you know it. So yeah, you can possibly help this person with what you know, but they don't know what you know it. And they're like, yo, what is this help people? We're living in a help people economy. Let me make sure I say this, so I'm gonna put this as a clip. We're living in a help people economy. How do you help people achieve a goal or diminish pain and increase pleasure? If you look at most people's bios right now, you're gonna say, I help people do this, this, and that with this, this, and that. They help people get a transformation, escape a problem through a vehicle. So you're like, yo, what can you help people with? What problem does that person have? And what vehicle you're gonna use to help that person? So you don't want to go out and go to a used car sales lot and find a car and say, I'm gonna help them with this car. No, you see, that's not good. You gotta help people with the vehicle you built with your own hands. Don't go out and try to just take a vehicle and say, I'm gonna take this vehicle. No, you have to have experienced it yourself. What I mean by that is the process of which you help somebody is not something you go and read and take, not apply, and then give it to them. It's something you have to live out, and then you're able to be the thing you give to them. So now my speeches or my talks or whatever you call this is more effective because I'm not just giving you stuff I took from something. I'm giving you stuff I've learned and I've applied and I've became and I've experienced, and it's way deeper. So you want to be able to do that. What most people are doing in the economy of helping is that they're looking, how do I make some money? And what is the upcurrent trend that is a vehicle to help me make that money? And how can I manipulate people to think that I care about them getting a result so they can give me their money so that way I can be successful. You see, that is the backward mentality of coaching. It should always be like, I see a need in the world, and I am the type of person that could fulfill the need or help with this problem. And with my skill sets and abilities, I've created a vehicle of which I'm going to do that. And every single day, I'm going to make sure that other people pay me for my time, so that way I can productively give them the result that they need by helping them solve a problem that they have, because I have a mission here and I want to live out by my mission. So now what this does is it covers so many aspects that's going to keep you growing. Most people quit because they don't have a strong why. It's all about them. They quit when they don't see the money, and it's not deeper. It's not a mission. The reason why I will never quit until the only way I can quit is if I'm not here no more. Reason why I will never quit is because from the beginning that I started, I didn't start with a financial goal. I started with a mission statement. I started with a mission statement. And in fact, I used to repeat this mission every day, every time that I would do any speech, any stage I would go into. I say, hello, everybody. My name is Edouard Gilles, aka the Holistic Motivator. My mission in life is to inspire, motivate, and uplift people to take a holistic approach to life by doing it myself. That is my mission. So guess what that did? Every time that it helped me get better, because I said by doing it myself, I gave myself the responsibility, the ability to respond before I asked other people to respond to this lifestyle. So I gave myself a goal, right? I gave myself a objective. I said, listen, you have to live it before you can say, hey, you can live it too, right? You have to be an embodiment of what you preach and what you teach, of how you reach, okay? So somebody want to know, like, bro, I don't think I'm ready to help people yet. I'm still trying to help myself. Good, you're in a good state. Now, as you help yourself, what you learn along the way is so valuable. In fact, if you wrote down what you were learning, that can be a book. And somebody said, I don't know, why should I write a book? Your book is, even if nobody read your book, you can write a book for your family lineage. Somebody, even if you never even published a book, even if you just wrote the book, you printed it out on just regular paper, and you put it in a binder, and you saved it for your kids, kids, that is a value. We have to start to understand that what you accumulate here becomes wisdom, insight, knowledge that you can pass on. And you're like, what is the reason I'm not going to be here anymore? Well, guess what? Even when you're not here, you still can be here. If somebody said, well, I don't know, I won't be present, I won't feel, I won't be, oh, have you been dead before? You don't really know, do you? But anyways, what I'm saying is, you want to make a plan that when you pass, your wisdom live on. If you came to this world and it was like, you're supposed to learn some lessons, you're supposed to take some stuff, you're supposed to leave some stuff, you're supposed to make a difference, you're supposed to help God with this earth. Beautiful. That's the beautiful thing. Aren't you gonna do that? Or are you just gonna come and are you just gonna come and are you just gonna come and you're just gonna leave with what God gave you? Nah, you can't come and then just leave with what God gave you. You gotta come, show up, do what God told you to do, leave it there so that the other generation can build from it. Our problem is a lot of our ancestors did not take the responsibility because A, some of them did not have the opportunity, and two, some of them did not necessarily have the understanding that they needed to take the responsibility. So when we started, you didn't start with any income, no generational wealth. You didn't start with any family lineage information, or you didn't even start with any like passed down knowledge or wisdom. You want to be the changer for your family, where you say, when I pass, my family is going to have the structures that I've built, that I've learned. I'm going to create it. I'm going to document it in such a way that they have it written down, that they have it set up, that they can literally start off from this as the building block for their future. If you like, yo, I'm gonna let them start from scratch. No, don't let them start from scratch. Give them the plan, right? Give them the plan. Let them start from the plan, because that's how they can get better than you were. Because if they have to start from the point you started, then all the work you did, how did you pass? You passed down your DNA. All the work you did is housed in you and your DNA. So now you also have to give them the blueprint to operate it. Because guess what? Some of the gifts you have now is going to be passed down to your kids. But however, you have to give them the blueprint of how to operate within that gift as well. So how do you know the blueprint? Your life becomes the blueprint, but you have to document your life to print out the blueprint. So the documentation is very important. So you're like, how do I document? One of the things that I got to remind myself to do this year is a daily vlog that does not necessarily go out, but every day I record from 1 to 5 minutes of something specifically about that day. And I save it in an archive somewhere, in a hard drive somewhere, where you can pass it on. So another thing God told me in the dark that I'm going to bring to light is that we need to start to house our content locally for future generations if anything was to happen. What I mean by that is, don't just keep all your content on the cloud, all your text and information, places where the people can find them. House them and make that as a package that you can put in your will to pass it on. You package your content. And by the way, y'all, you should see badges. I've gotten badges for the first time on Instagram. For those of you watching on Instagram, check out those badges, buy one. I never got one before, so I just want to see how it works. I think they got $1, $2, $5. So if this adds value to you, buy one of those badges, because I'm just excited that I got them finally. I've been doing this for so long. They finally gave me badges. Thank you, IG. But I was saying this. You want to house your content locally and create a system that content can be passed down to your future generations. This has came to me because I realized that AWS go down one time, and you don't like, oh, it's not Facebook go, like, you never know what can happen, and you never know when you can get banned. So what you want to do is you want to understand that local is the way that you own your stuff. So yeah, you like, I got my stuff in a Google Doc. Do you have the print copy? Yeah, I got a whole bunch of videos, audios here, but do you have them on a hard drive, on a CD, on a flash drive, on an MP3? In fact, I recommend you take some of your audio, some of the stuff you've recorded, put them in an MP3 player, save them in various boxes, pass them down to your kids, give some to your cousin, and say, don't ever throw this away. Put them in a safety deposit box, put them in your a home that is your family home, get a wall, put it in a safe in the wall, coordinates, like all of these things, coordinates, dig up something and place that so that this stuff can live on. You're like, it's gonna live on the internet. It might not. Things only live on the internet on the basis of the parents of the internet of that thing. So that means if you put your stuff on a website and that website dies, your stuff dies with it. Just like what is it called, MySpace. You put all your stuff on MySpace, MySpace dies, all your stuff dies with it. So now the third and final thing I want to put out is this. If you don't want your stuff to die with any software or website, you want to keep it local, and then that way you can pass this on to future generations. Okay, so it really all starts with understanding that what you got is valuable, who you are is valuable, your experiences are valuable, and all you got to do is share some of that consistently every day, and then guess what you're going to see? You're going to see a transformation happens. All right. So for those of you watching, this is Rise and Prime, by the way. This is not Ed Talks Daily. This is Rise and Prime. And if you don't know about Rise and Prime, see all these people. Who are these people? If you don't know about Rise and Prime, I have a daily Zoom call, and it's the best way to start your day. So basically, I help people start their day with powerful movement, which is Qigong, affirmations, and personal development. Just like I was talking to you today about building your brand, sharing what you got. I bring that out on a consistent basis via Rise and Prime. We do movement, we do breathing, we do many different things, okay? So if you want more information on that, just text the word tribe
text tribe to 561-510-9605. Right? Text tribe to 561-510-9605. And by doing that, guess what you're also going to get? You're also, by texting tribe to 561-510-9605, you're also going to get access to my text messaging list. So when I'm going live, I'll let you know. Also, not when I'm just going live, I'll let you know, but when I have a new podcast out, I'll let you know. When I got a class going on, I'll let you know. So if you text to 561-510-9605, you're basically going to be in my inner circle, and we're going to be able to communicate. We're going to be able to be on the same page. You could text me. I can text you back. It's my real number. As far as like, it's on my phone. I know you. I can text you. So make sure you shoot me a text. Okay. You don't want to miss out on that, especially if you're in the States and you're listening to the podcast. You're a consistent listener. Make sure that you send me a text tribe to 561-510-9605. Okay. So that is the personal development aspect of Rising Prime. And like I said this. You want to understand that your gift fulfills a need. And as you develop your gift, you will be growing to fulfill more of that. It's like God needed you to be here. He gave you what was in you because your seed is supposed to blossom and bear fruit. And until you let that happen, you're going to feel like your life cycle, something is off with it. And the way to get the life cycle on point is to do is to finish the cycle. The cycle is supposed to be all the way to the fruit bearing aspect. You're supposed to bear fruit at some point. You know what I'm saying? It's not just supposed to be, oh, okay, you got the ingredients to be a tree, but you never bear fruit, or you're a tree, but you never bear fruit. No, you want to be able to bear fruit. Okay. You want to be able to bear fruit. And that's what we do when we work with each other and we grow together. Okay. So this is Rising Prime. And let's say some affirmations before we go. Normally what we do, and right now we're in Zoom too, we just being able to tap in. We type some affirmations in the chat, and then we go about it. All right. And if y'all y'all make sure you subscribe to edtalksdaily.com, because when you go in there, you're gonna see, you're gonna understand that I'm not just talking a good game, that I've been putting out the good game. You know what I'm saying? Over like 300 episodes. Think about it. How do we create 300 episodes of a podcast? That's hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and hours of free stuff. That's what I mean, the long game. I could charge for my podcast, but I give it for free because I want more people to open up their minds. Because I understand that they will then buy my books. They will then come to my workshop. They will then support whatever else I do, because I've supported them for years and years as I grew. And it's deeper once you see, hey, look, I saw the journey. I didn't just, oh, okay, now you're a big shot. If you're a healer, you want to show people how you're growing. The vulnerability was something that I started to just embrace. And since I embraced vulnerability, I realized that was my biggest strength. When your vulnerability increases your relatability. Okay. I am bringing out my gifts every single day by sharing them. I say this affirmation with I am bringing out my gifts every single day by sharing them. I am bringing out my gifts every single day by sharing them. I am the gift that the world needs. My talent and gift solves the problem for those who need it. My talents and gifts solve a problem for those who need it. I am the value that will make the money. I am the value that will make the money. I don't need money to be valuable. I am valuable, therefore I attract money. I don't need money to be valuable. I am valuable, therefore I attract money. So you say a couple affirmations every single day, you affirm yourself, you get yourself in a peak state. And of course, we do the movement, we do the breathing, we do all of those things. You're going to find yourself waking up with a certain vitality each day, like, let's go. And this was just a little bit insight. So if you want more, keep up with me. And I see you, Cassie. Stay in contact with me. Connect with me. You definitely want to text that number. Like I said, the best way to, if you don't text 56151099605, you'll be missing out, is what I'm saying. You can DM me, but that would be a one-time, two-time thing. But when you text me, it's an ongoing thing, and you get so much out of that. Just the text messages alone. Sometimes my intuition lets me know exactly what the people need. So you want to text that number if you in the United States. If not, then you DM me and let me know how I can serve you. I also have free coaching, 15-minute consultation on my website. If you want to have a quick convo, go to theholisticmotivator.com. But I really, really recommend y'all tap into the tribe and really lock in. So appreciate you, Cassie. I see there was somebody else here that was very consistent. Discover Anonymous. I wouldn't know what your name is because it's anonymous. I guess that's the whole point. But peace. Y'all have a good day, all right? All right, YouTube. If this video has added value to you, please make sure you comment, like, subscribe, and let me know, how was this for you? Are you interested in joining Rise and Prime? Are you interested in joining the Holistic Lifestyle Tribe? Let me know. And have a blessed rest of your day. Just much peace and much love.